The hidden dangers of a silent killer: diabetes. Diabetes is a disease that is caused when the pancreas does not produce enough insulin, or when the body cannot use insulin properly. This results in higher levels of blood sugar. The effects of diabetes can be prevented or delayed by eating a well-balanced diet and by staying active. In ancient times, diabetes was referred to as the rich man's disease because it occurred largely among wealthy people in developed countries. In the 20th century, however, rates of diabetes increased drastically around the world and became a common condition for all people regardless of ethnicity or social class. Diabetes is a chronic, lifelong health condition where blood sugar levels cannot be regulated. The history of diabetes can be traced back to ancient times, and it was first noted as a disease in the 2nd century AD. The word diabetes comes from the Greek word delta iota alpha beta tau eta, meaning a passer through, a siphon. The Greeks noticed that those with diabetes tended to urinate more than those who did not have it. This is because those with diabetes had more sugar in their urine, hence the name diabetes. In 1776, Matthew Dobson published his landmark work on diabetes, which mainly consisted of case reports and personal observations. He also coined the term diabetes mellitus. Diabetes is a chronic disease in which glucose builds up faster than the body can handle. The most common type of diabetes is type 2 diabetes, which is usually associated with obesity. Type 1 diabetes develops when the body doesn't produce enough insulin, or when cells become resistant to insulin. Diabetes is a chronic condition that affects the kidneys, blood vessels, and nerves. The condition can be caused by genetic factors, obesity, and lifestyle choices like diet and exercise. It can also be brought about by an infection or other illness. There are 3 main types of diabetes. 1. Type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is caused by an autoimmune response that causes the pancreas to stop producing insulin. This type is typically diagnosed in childhood or adolescence. 2. Type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes can be caused by genetics as well as lifestyle factors such as diet, smoking, and lack of exercise. 3. Gestational diabetes. Gestational diabetes can develop during pregnancy and usually disappears after pregnancy ends. The person's diet, lifestyle, and genetics are the main causes of diabetes. The symptoms include excessive thirst, frequent urination, fatigue, blurred vision, weight loss, or weight gain. Treatment for this disease is insulin therapy and eating a balanced diet. To better identify the cause of diabetes, it is important to understand the person's lifestyle habits and genetics. Diabetes can be caused by an unhealthy diet or lack of exercise, which leads to obesity. It can also be caused by family history with diabetes or gestational diabetes during pregnancy. Other potential causes are high blood pressure and high cholesterol levels in the bloodstream, which are also both controlled through diet changes. Diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disorder characterized by persistent hyperglycemia, elevated blood glucose levels. The cause of diabetes mellitus is not yet clear, and the actual mechanisms of the disease are still unknown. The following are some of the factors which may contribute to diabetes. Genes may play a role in the development of diabetes mellitus. It is more common if parents or siblings have it. Excessive body weight. The degree to which someone's body weight contributes to their risk for developing type 2 diabetes is unclear. Poor diet. A diet high in simple sugars and refined carbohydrates has been linked with an increased risk for type 2 diabetes. Physical inactivity. Physical inactivity has been found to be associated with an increased risk for type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is a condition in which the body cannot regulate levels of sugar, either because it cannot produce enough insulin or because cells are resistant to its effects. This causes high blood sugar levels, which in turn can cause problems with eyesight, kidney function, and heart disease. Diabetes is a collection of conditions characterized by elevated blood sugar levels. These high levels are the result of either impaired glucose tolerance or an inability to produce insulin. Since there is no one cause for diabetes, it is hard to say what the exact symptoms are for each person who suffers from it. However, most people who have diabetes will be able to recognize that they have it when they notice that they are tired all the time, their urine smells sweet, they gain weight especially around their stomach area, and they feel hungry all the time. The most common treatment for diabetes is taking medication like metformin, which lowers blood sugar levels in order to reduce complications with this disease. Diabetes is a disease that can be controllable by maintaining a healthy lifestyle. It is estimated that there are over 366 million people living with diabetes, the majority of which are adults. Diabetes can be managed through diet, exercise, and medication. A number one symptom of diabetes is increased thirst. If you experience this symptom, drink more water. Other symptoms include feeling very thirsty for large amounts of time, urinating excessively during the day or night, needing to go to the bathroom more often than usual, or having a burning sensation when urinating. Diabetes can lead to serious complications such as kidney failure and blindness. If you experience any of these symptoms, it's important to visit your doctor as soon as possible and get diagnosed properly. Diabetes can be a very difficult and scary disease to live with. This is because it can severely impact the body and lead to a variety of unpleasant, life-threatening conditions. However, most people do not recognize the cause, symptoms, and treatment of diabetes until they have been diagnosed with the condition. Diabetes mellitus is a condition in which the body cannot metabolize carbohydrates properly. When blood glucose levels are elevated, primarily due to lack of insulin or an insensitivity to insulin. Insulin is a hormone that facilitates the movement of glucose, sugar, into cells where it can be used as fuel for energy. Type 1 diabetes occurs when there isn't enough insulin produced by the pancreas. Type 2 diabetes occurs when cells become resistive, causing less insulin. Gestational diabetes occurrences during pregnancy. There are about 30 million people who have diabetes in the United States. The cause of diabetes is not completely understood, but genetics and lifestyle factors are known to play a role. Some things that may increase your risk for developing type 2 diabetes include being overweight or obese, having high blood pressure, having a family history of diabetes, being inactive, and having a high cholesterol level. The symptoms of diabetes can vary depending on the type of diabetes you have. With type 1 diabetes, common symptoms can include frequent urination, excessive thirst, extreme hunger, weight loss, fatigue, irritability, and blurred vision. With type 2 diabetes, common symptoms can include frequent urination, feeling thirsty, extreme hunger, unexplained weight loss, fatigue or lethargy, feeling tired, blurred vision, seeing things double, tingling or numbness in hands/feet, increased infections and increased vaginal yeast infections. The treatment of diabetes is dependent on the type of diabetes you have. Type 1 diabetes is treated with insulin injections, blood glucose monitoring by pricking the finger with a lancet for testing, and managing carbohydrate intake using a planned diet. With type 2 diabetes, lifestyle changes are recommended before starting medication. This may include losing weight, dietary changes, and increasing physical activity. Different types of medications are prescribed for type 2 diabetes. If a combination of these lifestyle changes do not improve blood sugar levels, these include biguanides, sulfonylureas, thiazolidinediones, meglitinides, alpha-glucosidase inhibitors, and dipeptidyl peptidase 4 (DPPIV) inhibitors. People will generally start with one medication who have had type 2 diabetes for 6 months or less. However, more than 90% of people at this stage are still insulin dependent. The cause of diabetes is not completely understood, but genetics and lifestyle factors are known to play a role. When blood glucose levels are elevated, primarily due to lack of insulin or an insensitivity to insulin. Insulin is a hormone that facilitates the movement of glucose, sugar, into cells where it can be used as fuel for energy. Insulin is produced by the pancreas. Type 2 diabetes occurs when cells become resistive, causing less insulin. Gestation would occur during pregnancy. The cause of diabetes is not completely understood, but genetics and lifestyle factors are known to play a role. If you have diabetes, it is important to see your doctor regularly. They will monitor your blood sugar levels and may change your treatment plan if it is not working effectively. Remember, there are many ways to treat diabetes and everyone's treatment plan will be different. Work with your doctor to find the best way for you to manage your diabetes. If you think you might have diabetes, please see a doctor as soon as possible. Early diagnosis and treatment can help prevent serious health problems. This video is only for educational use. Please consult your doctor for any medical and professional advice. Feel free to let us know in the comments. Before you go, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to inform you when we produce another video. Thank you for watching Better Body Tips and for your continued support.